From everyday wellness to urgent health issues, we've got you covered. Health Check, only on Voice of the People television, where your health has a voice.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues, on Voice of the People television, Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 9 p.m. The Issues. Don't just react, understand. Join us as we drive into the world of politics through insightful interviews with prominent political figures, both serving and former governors, ministers, senators, legislators, party chieftains, activists, and analysts. Get first-hand information into the decision-making processes that affect our daily lives. Highly engaging one-hour program that brings political discourse into focus.
I am Chukwuma Okoro.
Political Lens, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Join us.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People television. VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was born on September 21st, 1909 in Nkrofo, Gold Coast, now Ghana. He attended Achimota School, where he developed a strong interest in Pan-Africanism and liberation of African nations from colonial rule. Dr. Kwame played a pivotal role in leading Ghana to independence from British colonial rule on March 6, 1957. He inspired and mobilized people with his passionate speeches and unwavering determination to achieve self-rule. Dr. Kwame was a strong advocate for Pan-Africanism, believing in the unity and solidarity of African nations. He played a key role in the formation of the Organization of Africa Unity, OAU, which aimed to promote cooperation and unity among African countries. Dr. Kwame's legacy is profound. His leadership and commitment to social justice inspired not only Ghanaians, but also other African nations in their pursuit of freedom. His ideas on African unity and self-determination continue to resonate and influence leaders and activists across the continent.
This is African News on Voice of the People television, where we don't just bring you the news, we bring you Africa's heartbeats, the policies that shapes our world, and the economy that determines our future. African News on Voice of the People television. Stay with us.
voice of the people. You can hear me now. My name is Patrick Doyle, and I wish that you continue to echo the voices of the people. Big up VOP TV.
My name is Ibifa Dokubo. Please keep watching VOP TV.
Hi, my name is Kwekumali Ikena Onyekwena, and I am with the Voice of the People TV. Now, if you're looking for the veritable channel for information, politics, robust discussions, you don't need to go far. VOP has you. VOP will always have you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Patrick Diabwa, aka Ibani Chuka. I'm the Eagle King, and you are watching VOP TV. Stay with us.
2564 is coming up on Barney 9, right?
The 2564 Atlantic Tower.
What happens in the hush behind hangar doors?
Barakade Arana, welcome on board. Sononku Dezua, okay, I think whichever one you want to take there. Welcome on board. Of course, it is TGIF, and thank God it is Friday. Smoking you, eh? Before some people would actually tell me that I'm actually greeting in Hausa and I'm not greeting them in Yoruba, okay? And of course, in Igbo and Ndewo. So welcome on board. Yes, it is People's Voice on VOP TV, where season stories shape the narrative. And of course, today we're dissecting a major conversation here that is making rounds across the nation. Of course, we're talking about a Labour Party's conversation today. Labour Party shuts down Obi'S 2027 ambition. Join the conversation with expert insight and season perspective. Share your thoughts with us. I am Saviour Udo. Let's look into other news stories and of course with details. Supreme Court upholds Maryam Sanders' death sentence. The Supreme Court of Nigeria has affirmed that death sentence of Maryam Sanders, daughter-in-law of former PDP chairman, for culpable homicide. However, President Bola Tinubu has expressed his executive powers to reduce her sentence to 12 years. Sanders was convicted of stabbing her husband, Bihamin Bello, to death in 2017 and had been sentenced to death by hanging by an Abuja High Court in 2020. Despite the Supreme Court's ruling, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's situation, or will I even call it pardon, yes, has actually made it quite easy, by saying that instead of you going on with that particular sentencing, make it just 12 years, okay? Of course, the president was compassionate there, and of course, he said that in the best interest of the children, that is the reason why he has made it 12 years. And I believe Miriam have actually served 6 years and 8 months already, and of course, let's see how that particular one, would turn out. I remember that she was part of the presidential, pardon list, and some Nigerians actually raised concern about it, and that was the reason why that particular, her name was removed, okay, and it was overturned. But of course, the president is actually saying that instead of, taking her out, okay, let's give her 12 years. What the courts are actually saying that she has to still, serve a term or even, life imprisonment and all of that. But let's see how the situation will turn out in the coming days. And away from that particular one, no bill to rename Nigeria as United States of Nigeria. The House of Representatives has denied report that a bill to rename Nigeria as the United States of Nigeria is before the National Assembly. According to the House spokesperson, Akin Rotimi, there is no such executive bill before the House. The lawmakers are, however, working on 44 harmonized constitutional amendment proposal. Should that even be a priority, renaming the nation? Of course, you'd agree with me that it was also a shock. It came as a shock when we heard that our national anthem, was brought back. From Nigeria we hailed it to, of course, Arise, O Compatriot, and returned back to Nigeria we hailed it. And it was said that it would make Nigerians come together. But of course, this particular one, changing Nigeria, renaming Nigeria, is that an issue now, or We're talking about insecurity. We're talking about stabilizing our economy. You understand? We're talking about so many other things aside from Nigeria getting a new name. Okay, so I don't think that should be prioritized, but it's better that the House of Rep has actually, talked about that, and they've cleared the air by saying that they don't have any plans to do that. Now let's go back to the Rivers State quarters. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has officially joined the APC. He has been formally registered as a member of the All Progressive Congress after receiving his party membership card at the Government House in Port Harcourt. The ceremony was attended by senior party figures, including the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, of course, Festus Keyamo. Yes, he graced the occasion. And congratulations to Fubara. Several issues going on in River State. And if you are actually, a dire fan of this particular show, if you've been following me for quite some time now, you agree with me that I mentioned even after, the peace was restored, even after the old settlement, even after the president's intervention and Fubara was restored, I said it here. I said, I don't think there's peace in River State. And of course, you can see that they've been going loggerheads. I'm talking about the executive arm and that of the legislature. So what else do you want me to say to actually justify what I've been talking about before now? But I hope in the coming days, they'll be able to work together just for the people of River State, because politicians now are making it about themselves and not about the people that they are there to serve. Court remands ex-minister Chris Ngige in Kuje Correctional Center. This one is quite a very serious one. The former Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, at the Kuje Correctional Center, has been told to, remain there. He served under President President Muhammadu Buhari, I beg your pardon. He's actually facing an 8-count charge of alleged corruption. According to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ngige allegedly conferred unfair advantage on his associates in the award of several contracts worth millions of naira while he was in office. He pleaded not guilty to all charges. The court adjourned the hearing of his bail application on Monday, December 15th. Ngige, lead counsel, had pleaded for his release on health grounds. But the EFCC opposed the request, citing concern that it might be a flight risk. I don't know the reason why everyone is always using the health ground thing, but of course I understand that fact. If you feel it is easy, for you to award contracts, unaccounted for to your friends, to your associates, you should also be able to get ready to dance to the tune. It's as simple as that. We are not saying he's guilty, right? But of course, if the court is saying that you're guilty of this and they gave you 8-count charges and you're pleading not guilty, no problem. But of course, you allow the court to do their investigation. But the situation of you saying that you want to release your person, I'm talking about the lead counsel now. You want to release your person based on health ground. And why are they always, having health issues whenever they need to account for mismanagement of public funds? That's the question. And some lawyers need to do better, sincerely. Some lawyers need to really, really do better. It's high time we actually stop all of this particular thing that we do in this nation. Nigerians are going through a lot. Nigerians are suffering. People are hungry. And yet, we keep awarding contracts to people unaccounted for. We keep awarding contracts, money that was meant to be for the people. The roads are not fixed. Yet, we keep getting, the same road being, factored into a new budget every time. How did we get here? Nobody wants to be accountable. The next thing is, they are not feeling too well. Sometimes they even slum just because they want to actually escape, persecution. But of course, let's wait and see what the court, would do on the 15th. And of course, I believe the EFCC is really equal to the task on this particular one. Senate in rowdy section over Reno Omokri's ambassadorial screening. This particular one is quite a very funny one for me. Yesterday was a shade of drama between the two lawmakers. The Senate screening session for ambassadorial nominee Reno Omokri turned chaotic on Thursday, with lawmakers exchanging harsh words and insults. The session was marked by a heated confrontation between Senator Ali Ndume and Adams Oshiomhole over the consideration of Omokri's nomination. Sincerely, I love the fact that they did that loggerhead. And at some point, Oshiomhole was saying that President saved me and all of that. I was surprised. I don't know why are you saying the Senate President should save you? Or what are you saying exactly? I love the fact that, he was trying to, make his point and make a case, yeah? But Ndume was only saying that we already passed the motion and someone seconded. You didn't say anything before someone seconded. So this conversation was meant to leave. Let Omokri and the likes, the rest of them, let them leave, And and Oshiomhole was saying, no, nobody can silence me. I have to still make a case. I have to say what I need to say, And of course, I think at the end of the day, Omokri was not even questioned. But let's see what would happen, about this particular, ambassadorial list. I remembered Omokri was asked, on national TV, and he said, they asked him, would you, if you are picked to work for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, would you take it? And he said he would not. He said he would not. And of course, he actually said he was not going to, and he was not interested in all of that. But I'm surprised that today, Reno Omokri was, all dressed and ready to take ambassadorial position. Let's go back to PDP again. Rivers State in fresh political crisis as Mewule accuses Fubara of lying. Fresh political crisis is brewing in Rivers State as the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Martin Mewule, has accused the governor of lying and reigniting political tensions in the state. The Speaker reported that Fubara's claim that he had been unable to meet with lawmakers, saying the governor's comments were insincere and demonstrated poor leadership. The Speaker insisted that the lawmakers had met with Fubara multiple times, contrary to his public claims. Meeting someone, multiple times without, coming up with something, quite cognitive, something, better, with good results. Is there any need for that particular, meetings? You're meeting someone and you're telling the person what to do, or you're still giving the person, rules and regulation and all of that, giving the person, terms and conditions. How do you expect the person to move on? And sincerely, everybody has a limit. There is a level you push someone to, and they would have to push back. It's as simple as that. Let's get it clear. So Fubara has done what he feels is right for himself, as by saving himself. That's what he did. And now, officially, maybe you guys were thinking, the House of Assembly in Rivers were thinking that when they defect, the Speaker will become the leader in the state. But of course, there's a plot twist now. Fubara happens to be the leader of that particular state now under, the ruling party. So I think that's quite a very serious one there, and it's a very hard nut to crack. Let's see what will happen in the coming days as regards to Rivers politics. APC blames opposition failure for defection. All Progressive Congress has attributed defection from opposition parties to internal mismanagement rather than any action by the ruling party. APC National Publicity Secretary Felix Moka stated that the challenges facing parties like the People's Democratic Party, the African Democratic Congress, ADC, and of course the Labour Party are self-inflicted. Moka explained that when political parties fail to provide a platform for members to contest and aspire, members naturally look elsewhere. He insisted that the APC is committed to democratic norms and keeps its doors open to all Nigerians. The APC spokesperson also criticized the opposition spokesperson as regards to being overly focused on APC rather than promoting their own parties. Of course, enough has been said about this particular one. To join the conversation, kindly code number 09044732605, 09044732605. Follow us on social media at VOPTV Live. You can use the hashtag People's Voice on VOPTV. And of course, on YouTube, we're Voice of the People. Kindly hit the subscribe button, and together we can make our voices heard. It is time for us to go on a quick break. As soon as we return, we'll be dissecting this conversation. Labour Party shuts down Obi'S 2027 ambition. You don't go nowhere. Stay in place. I'll be right back.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe. Hunger no get religion.
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues on Voice of the People Television. Don't just react, understand. Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I, from social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more, tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count.
Good evening, Africa. My name is Bamakore, actor, model, producer, and I'm giving a big shout out to VOP TV, man. Keep watching. Don't change the dial. Thank you and God bless you.
My name is AY, and of course, I represent the voice of the people, and that's why I'm on VOP. AY say so.
Hi everyone, it's your girl Miriam Tima from The Real Housewives of Lagos and The Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Africa. Shout out to VOP, the voice of the people. You already know. Stay tuned, keep watching. And don't forget, VOP is the best.
All right, hello, all right. It's about that shaking the man fine back with Melanie Poppy Black Skin Boy. This is VOP TV. If you're not watching VOP, I don't know why you're watching. Maybe you're watching your weight.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Wale Ojo, and you're watching VOP, Voice of the People.
Hi, guys. You already know who it is. This is New Energy. Flyers boy ever live. Keep watching VOP TV. Thank you.
Hi, people. Jenny Albano here. Guys, please keep watching Voice of the People.
The red carpets, awards, the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People Television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as they hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before.
In a world where power shifts with every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy, and state of the nation. We break down the chaos. Facts, not fluff. Truth, not a spin. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Join Moses, Chukuma, and Fina on Voice of the People TM. Voice of the People Television. Now you have more than a voice.
All right, welcome back to the program. It's still People's Voice on VOP TV. The Labour Party has stated that it will not grant automatic tickets to any aspirant, including former presidential candidate Peter Obi, ahead of the 2027 general elections. The party's National Publicity Secretary, Obi'S, emphasized that all candidates must go through competitive primaries. The development comes amid uncertainty over Obi's political direction and a rift between him and the party's leadership. We're now being joined by Comrade Eze Okosplendor, the 2023 Labour Party governorship candidate of Ebonyi State. Good afternoon, Comrade.
Good evening, Xavier. Good to have you, and good evening, viewers.
Thank you so much for joining, sir. Where are you joining from? Hello, Comrade.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, are you joining from Abuja?
Yeah, I'm joining in from Abuja.
Oh, okay. All right. Hopefully, we're also expecting Comrade Aragbe Anslem. Okay. All right. Also joining us, I believe I was told now that he's in. Comrade Aragbe Anslem, member Labour Party, Interim National Working Committee. Good afternoon, Comrade.
Good afternoon. Hello, Nigerians. Comrade Aragbe Anslem, National Youth Leader, Labour Party. My pleasure to be here.
All right. And of course, joining us from Canada, we have Nwonye Chijioke, a distinguished business magnate, astute political and social analyst. Of course, he's also a seasoned professional with a wealth of experience in public relations, public speaking, and corporate consulting. Good afternoon, Chijioke. Hello, Chijioke, are you there? Please unmute your mic if you can hear me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, good morning from here. Good morning, Gio. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you. Sorry, I needed to just, get the time correct. It's morning over there. It's actually, we're almost wrapping up the day here. All right, so welcome on board. All right, let me quickly start with Comrade Eze Okosplendor. Hello, Comrade, are you there?
I'm here with you.
All right, so Comrade, sincerely, I know that we have so many issues going on, in other opposition parties, but we're quite disturbed as regards to that of Labour Party because it seems like when we're trying to get headways and, maybe INEC is not making it easy, or sometimes something else would also happen. And till now, INEC is yet to clear the National Working Committee as regards to uploading their name, including Senator Nanadi, which we don't know if they've done. Now, of course, that's why we have you on board and, of course, Comrade Aragbe to actually give clearance as regards to that conversation. Will Labour Party's decision to reject automatic tickets affect Peter Obi's chance in 2027 elections?
In progress, I would want to clear certain ambiguity surrounding what you just mentioned. When you talk about Labour Party and you mention Obi'S as the publicity secretary, I take exception to that.
Okay.
Obi'S is not the publicity secretary of Labour Party. The publicity secretary of Labour Party is Mr. Ife Saloko. He is the publicity secretary of Labour Party. And coming to the statement he made, he issued that Labour Party will not give tickets to Mr. Peter Obi come 2027, that is going to be open ticket. He has no such power to issue such statement because his tenure has expired. In fact, the tenure of Julius Akure to start with has expired as ruled by the Supreme Court. Somebody who was elected in Akwanga Convention in 2019, from 2019 till today as we speak, is more than the 4 years granted by the Constitution of Labour Party. So what they held in the Nnewi Convention, the court convention, is just a gathering of well-wishers that was quashed by the Supreme Court. So I am telling you categorically that Abure does not, represent Labour Party as far as we are concerned. The national chairman and national secretary of Labour Party today, national chairman is distinguished Senator Nanadi Usman, while the National Secretary is distinguished Senator Darlington Wokocha, as appointed by the neck of the party. You know that nature itself abhors vacuum. So when the tenure of this Abure and his led NWC expired, the stakeholders met at Umahia and appointed Senator Nanadi Usman as the acting national chairman, and then distinguished Senator Darlington Wokocha as the acting national secretary. Then away from that, this same Obi'S, if you can recall, there was a time he came out and said that Labour Party has reserved his ticket for Peter Obi, that nobody is going to contest with Peter Obi, that come 2027, that Peter Obi is going to enjoy the ticket, without anybody contesting against him. The same Obi'S has come out again to say that Labour Party does not reserve the ticket for anybody, that the ticket is open. It's just like the Rino mockery that you just cited when you opened this conversation. When Rooney Omokere came and said that if His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu offers him an appointment, that he's not going to take it, that he doesn't like the administration. That's what Mr. President, all sorts of names, including drug peddler, all of us are aware. All of a sudden, he has accepted the offer of an appointment. In fact, during his screening, you saw him wore all manner of clothes to the screening. So it is just like a man talking with the both sides of his mouth. The same thing goes to this Obi'S, who does not represent the Labour Party in any capacity. He came out to say, Peter Obi, in fact, he should come and enjoy the ticket. Nobody will contest the ticket against him in the primary. In fact, there will be no primary for presidential ticket. The same Obi'S used the same mouth he used to say that, to now say that there's no ticket. Otherwise, why I am not even bothered with that statement is that Obi'S does not represent Labour Party in the capacity of publicity secretary. So he's just speaking for his family. He's not speaking for Labour Party. Thank you so much.
Of course, today, we were also meant to be joined by Comrade Tony Akeni, who happens to be the head of media subcommittee, NTC of Labour Party. But of course, he apologized to me and he told me that he would be joining the show on Wednesday for elaborate conversation, of course, because some news would come out between today and tomorrow as regards to Labour Party, and that's what he's been writing. Now, you clear the air on those particular, conversation as regards to Obi'S, no problem. Now, comrade, yes. I just want to get clarity. Has INEC uploaded Senator Nanadi and every other National Working Committee now on their portal? And not only that, are you saying that your own faction, that is the main faction now, as stated by you, that of Senator Nanadi, are you saying that you people would give Peter Obi automatic tickets for 2027?
Thank you so much. Somebody should unmute me. I am muted from there.
No. We can hear you. You are not muted. We can hear you.
Okay. Well, the decision to who enjoys the presidential ticket come 2027 is left for the leadership of the party. I am not the national chairman, neither am I the national secretary. But the way the constitution of Labour Party runs, and even the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, what it stipulates is that every political party will conduct primaries. And in that primary election, there will be aspirants for the position of the presidential ticket of our party. So when we have aspirants who are ready to go to the field, and then the course is clear for them to go to the field, they will go to the field. But if at that point, there is no aspirant against His Excellency Peter Obi, he will be returned unopposed. That is how it's done. So I am not going to come here to say that Peter Obi will enjoy automatic ticket because I don't have the permission of the leadership of the party to speak on that area. But what I'm telling you categorically is that Obi'S you just mentioned, is not speaking for Labour Party. And Nigerians should disregard whatever statement that comes from him, because he's a man who has spoken with the both sides of his mouth. I want you to reach out to Obi'S. Ask Obi'S a question. Why did he come out before to say that Peter Obi will enjoy his ticket, solely him, that nobody is going to contest with him, that they reserve the ticket for Peter Obi come 2027? Please, Savior, help me to ask him, what has changed? What has gone wrong for him to come out and say that Peter Obi will no longer enjoy the same ticket? Why is he speaking with the both mouth from the both side of his mouth?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Comrade Ezeopo Splendor. Let me go to Comrade Eragbe Anslem before getting to Chijioke. Of course, Chijioke is the reason why I insisted he joins today's show is because Chijioke is a diehard fan. Okay, he's a follower of the Obi movement. You know, so he has so much to say as regards to all of this. But let me come to Comrade Eragbe Anslem. Hello, Comrade, are you there? Hello, Comrade Eragbe, are you there? Please unmute your mic if you can hear me.
Yeah, I'm here for Nigeria.
Okay.
Eragbe Anslem here.
All right,
I'm
Comrade.
Eragbe Anslem here.
Yes, Comrade, I would like to ask you a very, direct question here. I know that we have so many situations going on in the country, but as regards to Labour Party is also facing its own, will I say crisis, if I'm permitted to say that. As regards to this faction of Abure, giving you all a loggerheads with the Senator Nanadi's faction. But I want to confirm, is the NLC in tune with that of your faction? Because we just heard that NLC is also having issues with that of the General Labour Party as regards to leadership. What is really going on? I would like you to give me clarity with everything that is going on in Labour Party General and that of Peter Obi. Hello, Comrade, are you there?
Okay, thank you, fellow Nigerians. Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
So the
Please, we would like you to speak up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we would like you to speak up.
Okay, okay, thank you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. Comrade, please go ahead.
We're having network issues, but I'll keep talking if you can hear me.
All right.
Quickly. With the leadership of the party. Okay. No, the network is poor. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Now, let me make this explicit deposition. First and foremost, the internal mechanism of a political party, since we have all agreed that the political or the leadership issues of political parties are not justiciable, and one that we came from a national convention, 3rd June 2019 with Julius Aburi, where I was elected as national youth leader, Julius Aburi as national secretary. That eventually on the 8th of June 2024. Now, the National Executive Council appointed Senator Nenadi Usman first on the 4th of September 2024 and Senator Dalitu Ukocha as national chairman and secretary to conduct the transition. We have said severally there are only 10 statutory NEC members, ideally supposed to be 118, to be composed of 34 National Working Committee members, 74 State Executive Council, that's chairman and secretary of the 36 states and FCT. Now the 10 statutory NEC members, whose tenure do not expire in this instance. Who are they? The governor of Abia State and his deputy, the Nigeria Labour Congress president and the general secretary, and the chairperson women commission of the NLC. That's right. The TUC Trade Union Congress, this president, this GS, and this chairperson women commission. That's 8. The DOT chairman and secretary, 10. So these are the 10 statutory members per time whose tenure do not expire. Peradventure, if we have more governors in the next dispensation,
Hello, comrade. All right, I think you're having a very serious network issues there. Let me go to Chijoke. Of course, perhaps when you're back, you'd join the show. Hello, Chijoke, are you there?
Yeah, Xavier, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right, so I can hear you loud and clear. You'll agree with me that this situation is quite deeper than we thought. But I'd like to ask you, a very direct question as regards to what we heard, the spokesperson of APC, he mentioned, Moka, to be precise, Felix Moka. He said that the opposition parties are busy, looking at APC, criticizing APC, and they're not fixing, their homes. They're not fixing their party. Hence, they're having, more crises. So what can you say as regards to this? And not only that, what do you think that the supporters of Peter Obi, people like you, would do to Labour Party when you realize that Labour Party leadership are asking Obi to also join the primary, race and not giving him, automatic tickets for the 2027 election? What's your reaction as regards to all of this?
That's a very deep question. Thank you very much, Xavier, for that hard question. I really
it's your party, so I think you should have better answer for me. It's your party.
But this is my opinion. Let me dive in straight into it. Now, APC should understand that they are not just a political party right now. They are the leading party, like the party in power. So they should also understand that it is their responsibility to make sure that Nigeria is moving forward, in the sense that it is also their responsibility to make sure that these political parties that are having this problem, it is their responsibility to fix it and make sure there is peace at home. Now, why are they not concerned? Because they are actually the one, causing the damages. So they should be concerned in so many things. Not just the problem facing individuals, but everything. It is their responsibility. So that is my reply to the APC on that. Now coming to the Labour Party question. There is this adage that we say, don't bite the hand that feed you. Like I told you on the last interview that we did. Nobody cared about Labour Party. Nobody knew Labour Party until P2P. So that alone should be a reminder, a constant reminder to them that P2P do not need Labour Party. They need P2P. So, but if they decide that they want to do the primary, it's under the constitution. Like, you cannot oppose that. But the question there is this: what is the real intention behind the agenda of the primary stuff? Is it for fairness, to play fairness? Because if it is to play fairness, we know that P2B, if he contests for the primary, obviously he's going to win. But if it is for selfish interest, that is where P2B has been taking his time to decide on what is really going to happen. So we have to know the intention of these people, what is really happening in the party, before P2B decide if he's going to run with Labour Party or if he's running with ADC. So all these things, like I said, I am patiently waiting for my leader, P2B, on whatever he decides. So if he's running with Labour Party, with whatever I believe he knows why he will run with Labour Party. If he says no, then bye-bye to Labour Party. And of course, Labour Party is going to lose even the governor and the deputy that they have. Okay, so they should be careful. That's it.
Chijoke, let me say this. I understand that you are a follower, of the Obi movement and all of that. But if you would agree with me on this particular one that I need to mention now, if you look at the trajectory, you will agree with me that Peter Obi is not really paying attention to whatever situation that is going on in Labour Party. And he has not been saying so much about the whole situation. That's one. And it's questionable. Look at the just concluded election in Anambra, you know, and we expect him, even to this issue of Aburi and Senator Nadi, you know, even to the issue of NLC with the Labour Party in general. We've not really heard him talk about it. And I'll still refer us back to what Moka said, you know, the spokesperson for APC. He said the opposition party has just been criticizing the administration of the APC. I'm not saying that they can't. I'm not saying they shouldn't. But of course, have we actually fixed our home? You have to put your house in order. But not only that, if you look at the body language of Peter Obi has been having talks with that of coalition, you know, he's been here, he's been there, he's been everywhere. And it's questionable for people to actually say, oh, is he really still with us or not? That's the reason why some people might actually come up to say that he has to join the queue to also go for the head-to-head primaries.
At some point, I think that we fail to understand that Peter Obi is just as human being as every one of us.
Okay.
I think we also fail to understand that Peter Obi is just a private citizen like every one of us. He has no political position. And use yourself for instance, Savior. Everyone is struggling. He is a human being. He is a Nigerian with no political position, with no connection. He is struggling. He is on a tight corner. He is a one-man soldier fighting this government head on. And you have to understand that before he made this decision that he was going to contest under Labour Party as the president, nobody knew about it. He wake up and he felt like, okay, I am going to do this. I have what it takes to do this at that point. And then the support came in, and then he did it because at that point he could. So with everything happening, just like we human beings, there are things that can happen and you don't know what to do or you don't know how to do it. Like I said, he's a man of wisdom. He has brought himself this far, and no one advised him, no one told him what to do, and no one said, okay, did this. He did it on his own. So like I said, he hasn't said anything, just like you said. So until he says something, they will know what to say. So I think that we should understand that he's like every one of us, battling is in, struggling to make sure that things. He don't know whether he's trying underground, trying to know if he's going to build Labour Party, and everything is not working because he is not the owner of Labour Party. There are so many powers, so many says, so many people under Labour Party, and he's not a god. So he will do what he can do, when he can do, and how he can do it, just like every one of us. So until then, until he says something and he said, okay, this is this, and this and that, they will now have what to say about it. So I think that's all I could say on that.
All right, thank you so much, Chijioke, for that wonderful submission. Let's go back to Comrade Ezeoku Splendor. Hello, Comrade, are you there?
Yes, I'm here with you, Savior.
All right, Comrade, it's quite disturbing. I would have wanted Comrade Rugby Anstem to, take up that particular, conversation. But of course, his network has been, fluctuating, and he has a network glitch there. So, Comrade, I want to confirm: is Labour Party having issues with NLC? What's the case with the court situation and all of that? What's really going on internally with the Labour Party? And let me also ask this.
I know one said, okay, he did it on his own. So like I said, we know what to say. So I think that we should understand that.
No, Chijioke, please, I'd like you to hold your thoughts. I am struggling. Chijioke, I'd like you to hold your thoughts, please.
You don't know whether he is trying underground, because I'm not saying anything. I mute my call.
I'm getting the feedback, and I don't know. I'm getting the feedback. I don't know who is having a two device. Please, if you know you have two devices during the program, I would like you to perhaps just off one out of those devices, because I'm getting the feedback. That's why this is actually interjecting what I'm saying here. All right, but notwithstanding, Comrade Ezeoku Splendor, there is so much situation in Labour Party, and I would like to ask you that golden question. Can Labour Party still get it right before 2027? That's not the only question I will be asking you, simultaneously. Can Peter Obi still win the Labour Party's presidential ticket, in 2027 without automatic, support? I'd like you to dissect all of this conversation, and please don't forget that I asked, how and what is really going on, with Labour Party and NLC. Please, I'd like you to take up this particular one now. With Labour Party and NLC. Please, I'd like to take up.
Please, somebody has so.
Comrade, are you there? All right, quickly, I'd like us to go on a quick break. That is not really making, the conversation seamless. Don't go nowhere, certain place, we'll be right back.
From the views on the street,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lord.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor.
Welcome back to the program, Restore People's Voice on VOP TV. For us to round up the conversation now. Hello, Comrade Ezeoku Splendor, are you there?
Yes, I'm here with you live.
Yes, it's better now. So, Comrade, I'd like you to take all of those particular, questions I asked.
Thank you so much. Quickly, I would want to inform the whole world that Peter Obi still enjoys, the support than he had in 2023, because all of those issues that prompted His Excellency Peter Obi to join the race in 2023, which is the dwindling economic equation in Nigeria, and also the security aspect. He talked about moving Nigerians away from consumption to production. All of these things have not, been addressed in the country. You can agree with me that insecurity has even increased than what we used to see in 2023. Talking about the economy of the country, it has not improved either. Rather, it is retrogressing. You can agree with me that the prices of commodity in the market have all skyrocketed, and Nigerians are not finding things easy, to go by in this administration. So I think the economic situation, the suffering of the citizens in Nigeria has increased, and that is giving Peter Obi an edge over the incumbent president, because what he talked about has not been addressed. If I were the president, I would have started to address those key areas, Peter Obi talked about. That is when we have responsible and responsive government. The government will look at what the oppositions are saying, not to be intimidating the opposition. So I am telling you categorically, Savior, that Peter Obi will enjoy, higher than the votes he got.
All right, Comrade, in closing, I asked the question you've not answered. Is there any issue between the Labour Party and NLC?
Questions. I'm taking it one after the other.
Yeah, because of our time, we're pressed for time, and we just have to round off now. So that's why I want you to be, a bit, fast as regards to your submission. Please go ahead.
Now?
Please go ahead. I'm listening.
Hello. You said, is there any issue between Labour Party and NLC?
Yes.
Okay, for me, I think there's no issue. Okay, if in a political party there must be misunderstanding, and when there is a misunderstanding, there is this internal mechanism to.
Hello, comrade.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes, I said the other day I was informed that the NSC said that the way and manner, the people they sent to represent them in Labour Party are going about issues that instead of them to be representing the NSC, they are chasing personal ambitions and personal actions, in Labour Party, that they are not comfortable with that. And the other day, we heard the Comrade President Joe Ajero saying that all the people they have sent, to represent them in Labour Party from NSC, that they are withdrawing them. So that, for me, is a minor issue that can be resolved. It's resolvable.
Okay. All right, Comrade, I want to do this quickly. Comrade, would you be free to join the program on Tuesday? Because we'll be having, the spokesperson, also media spokesperson, Akani, join the show on Tuesday. So would you also be available to join on Tuesday?
Well, Savio, you know how my programs always be. I can't stay now and promise you I'm going to join, but we'll continue to interact the way we interact so that I look at my program on Tuesday.
Okay, please. I just want you to work towards that particular one. This is how far we can actually go on the show, this wonderful evening. I would have loved to take more, but of course, we're pressed for time, and we just have to round off now. So, Chijioke. Hello, Chijioke. Chijioke, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right, so Chijioke, I'm so sorry as well. We can't actually, take much. Of course, we had a network glitch there, and that's why it's quite slim here, but of course, we'll have more conversation next week, okay? Thank you so much for joining the program. And of course, thank you so much, Comrade Eragbe Anslem, for joining. Thank you, Comrade Ezioko Splendor, for joining the program today. If you love the world of sports, I'd like you to stay able to enjoy, Locker Room, as they'll be giving you more info and more juicy conversation as regards to sports. Don't give up because it is not over. Tough time doesn't last, but tough people do last. Whatsoever you face will soon be over, and you will definitely smile again. My name remains Saviour Udo. Have a good evening rest.
What happens in the hush behind hangar doors? Who signs the papers that gamble with lives? Which truths were grounded before they even ever had wings? If you've ever buckled a seatbelt at 30,000 feet, if you've ever stared out of that tiny window and wondered who's really in control of the skies, it isn't just flight.